So we have a very interesting story here, and first of all, this person, Janae Mary Kroc, is a transgender female. They are a biological male, but they came out as transgender, not by choice. I believe it was in 2014, 14, 15, 16 that they were outed. So it wasn't her choice to come out. I'm not exactly sure how the info got leaked. Actually, I think it might have been Louis Marco that might have dropped a video about it. To be fair, and that's how this whole thing came out. But either way, what's interesting about this is that Janae here, as a identifying transgender female, is wanting to compete in male bodybuilding. And part of me does have respect for that. I'm going to tell you why. Now, first of all, I don't have any issues with people who are transgender. I personally know transgender people. As long as you're happy in your life, I do support you and I'm happy for you. But the reason why this is interesting is because we have a lot of issues these days. Okay, I don't want to say issues, but we have the thing to where, let's say, a biological man. A biological man transgens or changes himself into a female, obviously through hormones and surgeries or whatnot. They go through the process of transitioning into a female. In doing so, they now want to compete in female sports. So, for example, at UFC, let's say if a man transitions to a female, um, he now wants to compete against females, but that's still a biological man. This human being was still, born with testosterone, and they still have, a higher bone density. Like, there's an advantage to being a man when competing against women. Now, Janae here wanting to get back in bodybuilding. This person does identify as a female. So, technically, by those terms, she could hop into a women's physique, competition, and no one can really deny her competing in a women's division. But she wants to come out and compete in the men's division. And the reason why I respect that is because I feel like although she is outed as a female and although she identifies herself as a female, she still has this passion for bodybuilding. She still loves lifting. She still loves the person that she was. Although inside, she might feel a bit differently, and exteriorly, she might want to change her appearance a little bit. She still has that passion for iron. And she wants to go for an IFBB Pro card, which is very commendable. But she wants to do it on a fair playing field. As you can see, this is a big, huge, jack human being. Like, I don't know if I could ever put on this kind of muscle ever in my life training, no matter how hard I train. I don't even know if it's possible. But obviously, I mean, going against women, she's going to dwarf everyone. She would dwarf everybody. So I think she understands that. And I think that to come out and want to go for that goal and to do it against men in the men divisions, I just find that respectful, because I feel like you understand how you look and you understand the advantage you have with your muscularity and your size. Going up against women is, you're going to outsize all of them casually with low difficulty. But going up against men, it's somewhat of a level playing field. Now, this person in the post does make it very clear that they are still identified as a female. So Janae is not going to go back to being Matt. Janae is Janae. She is who she is, and that's that. But at the same time, she doesn't want that to hinder her goals and hinder what she wants in her life. So I do respect the fact that, although being in this position, you are still going to take it upon yourself to compete. I guess where you are, trying to use the proper terms here, where you are meant to compete. Obviously having the physicality of a man, it's kind of a no-brainer to go up against men. Also being a biological man. Not sure if she went through like hormone replacement therapy, like estrogen. I really don't know what the chemical transition was. I'm not sure if it was just like physical, like with the makeup and the changing of appearance of the clothes, or if there was like more that went into that. But either way, I think it's awesome. I do respect it, and I think that this is a really awesome way to show people that although you are transgender, you still have the opportunity to compete in your previous division. Now, granted, Janae here didn't take it all the way, like with the plastic surgeries and all the other things that typical transgender people get. Still maintain the masculinity, the muscular physique, the male physique. So obviously, it's pretty easy to cross back over to the male competitive side of things. Either way, I respect it, and this is actually quite exciting. I feel that this is one of the more positive stories as of late, because if you don't know, as of late, I mean, there's been a lot of things coming out, allegations about women abuse and the whole Sean Roden stuff. Like, there's a lot of toxicity right now in the bodybuilding industry, and I feel like this is a really interesting and positive piece of news, in my opinion. So really interested to kind of see what Janae's prep is going to look like. Perhaps some videos on YouTube. I hope we see it. I do want to see the process, so that's gonna be really cool, guys. Down below, let me know what you think about this right here. It's interesting. It's really interesting. I'm not sure what show. I'm not sure when. I'm not sure where. But in terms of size, the size is there. The size is there, and the conditioning is not too far off from where I would say you need to be in order to be competitive. In fact, I would even say this is like 9 weeks out. 9 weeks out, 8 weeks out, really close to competition conditioning. So I mean, maybe there's a show relatively soon. It could be the case, but I believe she would have to qualify. So probably gonna have to do some kind of junior show and then qualify for either nationals or North Americans or something along those lines, or USA's next year, because we already had the USA's for this year. So probably looking for next year to get that pro card. Either way, it's really exciting, and I really cannot wait to see how this particular competition goes. So, once again, guys, down below, let me know what you think. I think this is positive. I think this is a great thing. I think this is very interesting, and I do commend Janae over here for sticking to the male division of the bodybuilding community, or the bodybuilding industry, the sport, whatever you want to call it, the pageant, whatever you want to call it, guys. So people think the pageant, sport, I don't even know. It's up to you to kind of get your own opinion about what this really is. So anyways, guys, quick video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down below what you think. Once again, like, share, comment, like I said. I'll see you next time.